The Pentagon says the U.S. and its coalition partners are gaining ground in the fight against ISIS. U.S. forces killed a top ISIS operative this week who played a role in terror plots outside Syria and Iraq. Julianna Goldman is in our Washington bureau with the latest. Julianna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, American commandos originally planned to capture Haji Imam to gather intelligence on ISIS, but at the last minute they decided to open fire on his vehicle instead, which is believed to have killed the man who served as the finance minister for the terrorist group.
The removal of this ISIL leader will hamper the organization's ability to conduct operations both inside and outside of Iraq and Syria.
Defense Secretary Ashton Carter said the death of Haji Imam represents significant progress in the fight against ISIS.
Now we've taken out the leader who oversees all the funding for ISIL's operations, hurting their ability to pay fighters and hire recruits.
The previous finance minister, Abu Sayyaf, was killed in a commando raid last year. And earlier this month, a U.S. airstrike killed a man known as Omar the Chechen, who was considered to be the ISIS minister for war.
We are systematically eliminating ISIL's cabinet.
Carter and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Joseph Dunford said momentum in the campaign against ISIS in Iraq and Syria is now on their side. But they warned that while striking leadership is necessary, leaders can be replaced.
I think there's a lot of reasons for us to be optimistic about the next several months, but by no means would I say that we're about to break the back of ISIL or that the fight is over.
And Dunford said more U.S. troops will be needed.
We will be discussing with the president in the coming weeks to further enable our support for the Iraqi security forces.
Commanders have asked for several hundred more trainers to accelerate the buildup of Iraqi forces, as well as a dozen or more Apache helicopter gunships to fly missions in support of Iraqi troops attempting to retake the key city of Mosul.
The Secretary and I both believe that there will be an increase to the U.S. forces in Iraq in the coming weeks, but that decision hasn't been made.
U.S. officials, including Dunford and Secretary of State John Kerry, are saying that ISIS's losses on the ground in Iraq are fueling a push for attacks elsewhere, like what we saw this past week in Brussels, which for the terrorist group highlights a show of strength and the vast network it's been able to build abroad. Anthony?
Julianna Goldman in our Washington bureau. Thanks, Julianna.